Welcome in then to the latest edition of Extra Time. Gab with us, boogieing away. Frank LeBeuf as well.
Can't have transfer windows, right?
Right.
Somebody has to streamline this transfer window where, well, I mean, we had teams playing today.
Yes.
And I know what people say, well, there's people behind the scenes that do all that stuff, you know, paperwork and administrative. But come on, we're what, 3 weeks into the season?
Yeah. And still it can continue because the Saudi Arabian League, of course, continues into the 7th. It's just a big faff. But anyway, more for us to talk about. It's exciting.
We've got other things to talk about.
What would you like
Just
to...
not today. What's today? Slow pickings.
Slow pickings, transfer deadline day. OK, I don't have the questions. Let's read them off the screen. Exciting. Oh, here comes number one. This is why I need them printed out, Craig. You asked why you need them printed out, because then I don't get the graphic in time. There's this weird, awkward... for the Chelsea boys, what do you think about the club's transfer strategy? Can they really challenge for silverware with such a young squad, or is it going to be years before they win trophies again? Do you count as a Chelsea boy?
Nope, so I'm staying out of this one.
Frank, you're a Chelsea boy.
Yeah, so as a Chelsea boy, where I'm just going to repeat myself, you know, I think it's promising, it's better than before. What they got rid of players, so it's and because of Saudi Arabia mainly. So thank you very much. But I would say that again, if you get a squad only filled up with unexperienced players, you're not going to get anything. You need players who know about football, who know how to handle the pressure, and who know how to react to some problems during the game. And right now, you have maybe 2 or 3 players who have that experience. And it's not enough. It's really not enough. And during the show, I was talking about Amrabat signing for Manchester United, where he would have been very good in the middle of the park for Chelsea. So yes, talent is filled up in the dressing room of Chelsea, but doesn't make everything. And there is a lack of experience. So I'm not comfortable right now with what I see. And I'm just gonna wait and see what's gonna happen. But I think they're gonna miss some experienced players.
Gab, you count as a Chelsea boy with your Kensington mansion?
I don't know, but I'm going to go see them against Nottingham Forest tomorrow. So having seen them against Luton, I'll see them against a slightly better team, although still not a particularly good one. Like, can they compete for silverware? If, yeah, your definition of silverware is the League Cup. Yeah, sure, they can do that now. I agree with Frank. I think experience does matter to some degree. I think it also matters how those internal dynamics between Pochettino and the people who did the recruitment is going to work out. Because one thing we've seen with Poch in the past, and he's an exceptional coach, is at the beginning he comes in, he's all enthusiastic, he starts doing well, and then he likes to have a bigger say in transfers. And at that point, will Chelsea deviate from the strategy to get maybe some of the types of players that Pochettino wants to win now? That's down the road. It'll be interesting to see how that works out.
Why do you never leave London, Gab, to watch Premier League games?
What do you mean, why do I never leave London? I'll occasionally leave London. No, the reality is Premier League games are on weekends, and I have to watch so much European football that I can really only get to games.
Excuses.
I can really only get to games in London. So I do a show on Monday with Jules. Jules is an encyclopedia. I need to just swat up to keep up with him. I have
Jules
to
is all
watch
over
games.
the place.
Raheem Sterling's not a happy chappy, is he?
What's up with Raheem Sterling?
You don't know what's up with Raheem Sterling?
No, I haven't seen that, so I think he'd be happy at the moment, scoring goals, loving life.
Biffed from the England squad.
Oh.
Well, he does have to be, because other than the weekend that just went, he's been...
I suppose the issue is when you've got Jordan Henderson and Harry Maguire in said squad.
Jordan Henderson in the squad. I mean, that's forward thinking, isn't it?
You know what? This is really... I find this really annoying because people talk about form and whatever else. First of all, Raheem Sterling's not that old. Second of all, we just had the summer. He didn't play in the summer. Nobody played in the summer. You can only judge what condition he's in right now, and he is in exceptional condition. So if you're not calling him up because, you know, you tell yourself, oh, I have all these wonderful young players. I have, you know, Foden and Shaka and whatnot. I don't need Sterling. Sure, that's one way to approach it. And obviously, Maguire and Henderson play other positions where maybe they have less cover. But to do it based on his form last season, when that was last season. This is this season, and this season he's been in very good form.
Craig, how big a transfer deadline day deal would it be to get Shaka out of the house?
Bigger than anything we've seen. I tell you what, that's even bigger than the potential 200 million bid that's going to be thrown on the table for Mo Salah.
To get Shaka out?
What it would take that man
Yep.
to get out of the house and get his backside down here to Bristol, I don't know how much that would cost. That's the winner.
That's proper money.
We were talking about it earlier. No, what am I going to say?
Okay.
I thought he'd been down this week because he was sort of intimating earlier in the week from his home
Yes.
that
Of course.
he was going to speak to some doctors again.
Yes.
And I don't know what
But
happened.
he went in there and went, doctor, I can't drive yet, can I? And they were like, no, definitely Tony.
And then I thought his wife might have been driving him down.
He's told
one day.
everybody this.
Wait, I'm hearing he's going to be here tomorrow.
Shut up.
No, that's what, apparently, breaking news. There we are. Late transfer deadline day news.
Shut up.
And they'll be with you on Sunday, apparently, as well.
He's in on
For the
Sunday.
Barcelona game.
Oh, can he not just stay at home?
I'm it now. Stevie, among these players transferred this summer, João Felix, Lukaku,
Yep.
Ansu Fati, João Cancelo, who has a better chance to revive their career?
Cancelo.
Cancelo's number one.
Absolutely.
Who else on that list?
Oh,
what order are you putting?
Lukaku's joined the Roma side that, as Frank said, is absolutely struggling big time.
Right.
João Felix, in order to get his career going, has to get a game. Mm-hmm. So is he going to get a game?
Yes.
I mean, you could throw that at Ansu Fati.
How much will he
When
play?
does he get a game for Brighton? But I
He's
think
not going to
more
play
chance
in
of that.
ahead of Matoma.
Yeah, that's what we were
on the left.
saying, yeah.
I think I'd
Solly
have to
March
look.
has been on fire.
Solly March is a real. He's not got the skill set of Ansu Fati. I'm not. Nobody's suggesting that, but he's rock solid on that side. And
Yeah.
then you're looking at.
But he'll get a game, though.
Yeah.
I don't think Felix will get a game.
Right. Okay. To all, have you ever been rumoured or actually did move on deadline day? What's the feeling like as a player when your future is uncertain? This is a new thing, eh?
I moved in December one year.
Right, but that was when there were no deadline days. No, there was no
obviously.
transfer windows.
Well, obviously, yeah. It was the deadline, and we're moving it to December the 9th.
I was just putting into context for maybe people who didn't know that this is a relatively new concept.
Is that deadline? And when's the deadline this year, Craig? Oh, just before Christmas.
There we go. Lovely.
There was no deadline.
So you could transfer any time during the season?
Anytime.
I did
Right.
transfer once in the summer,
Okay.
Chelsea to Celtic, but my move to Derby County was as I said, in December.
No, because you can move. One, you can move any time.
Yes.
I was just never involved in any of that.
Right. Frank, you either know, you're a bit old.
Yeah, thank you very much. yes, I'm old, and so we had the time to be transferred anytime during the season. I moved from Laval to Strasbourg in November, and I think I signed to Marseille when I was with Chelsea, but it was at the end of July, so that was right for the time now. So no, I never experienced the deadline kind of transfer window. It didn't exist.
Did you watch your old team yesterday, the mighty Doncaster? Was it yesterday?
Against Everton?
Wednesday,
The day before. Man.
when they almost toppled the mighty Everton.
Huh?
No?
Oh, good. Thanks. Conversation starts.
Story behind that.
Did you watch Doncaster?
No.
Frank, are people underestimating PSG this season? You can argue their attack got upgraded and the team is more balanced.
Yes, I think. Yeah. Well, you know what? We said that I think it was 2 days ago, and Shaka bet that Paris Saint-Germain would be in the semi-final of the Champions League this season. And I want to think that they might be, in terms of individuals and talent, they might be less good than before. But I think they, and I saw them playing, I can feel that there is something happening, and they all play together, and they're more compact, and with the three at front, something can happen. And it's always when you don't expect the French to do well that they show up. So obviously, Paris Saint-Germain is not the favorites, are not the favorites of the Champions League. So it's maybe the time for them to show something, and they have the players for that. and I think they have the squad to show something different from what we saw some years ago or last year.
In honour of Luton Town hosting their first ever Premier League game, what's the smallest away ground you ever had to play at during your professional days? Oof, there must be some contenders there when you were at Donny, Stevie.
Played at
Smallest field.
I played at Ayr United,
Right.
Celtic in the cup. I played at. Where did we play in the Oxford? Well, the
See,
manager.
small, you're talking about actual size
No,
of the pitch?
no, at
stadium.
the stadium.
Or the stadium?
Yes, like one man and his dog. We're not talking about dimensions.
Shall we get into the dimensions? You're on the ball today, aren't you?
I just took the question a different way, that's all.
Yeah, so the
The smallest away ground.
let's get...
Well, I couldn't see that, could I?
Gav's lost it.
And that's not what he said.
I think it is.
Right.
Oh, tell you who. I'll tell you what.
Go on.
What was the team that Duncan Ferguson just got the bullet from?
Oh,
Forest Green
Forest
Rovers.
Green
There you go.
Rovers.
There you
Forest
go.
Green Rovers. Oh my dear.
Is their pitch small?
What an experience.
Is it
Not only is
small?
it a small stadium, but the pitch is small as well.
Talk us through it.
It was the last game of the season. It was a blustery day, and the ground was like that.
Okay, how many is in attendance? Well, how big's the crowd here we're talking?
Oh, there must have been at least 300.
Oh, wow, Stevie.
And there was no grass on the field.
Right.
Like that.
Yeah.
It was horrendous.
Wow.
Horrendous. Yeah, that was bad.
I bet. Gab, you would never go to such small stadiums to watch games, would you? Only posh ones with free food.
Stop it. I do occasionally go and watch games. I went to Barnet last year.
Oh.
So there.
Oh, why
Of course,
did you
that's
go
in
there?
North London.
Why did you go
Sorry?
to Barnet?
Because I have a friend who's involved with the club and he invited me along.
Ah, there you are, see.
Did you ever play at Dumbarton?
I may have done.
Played at a place called Dumbarton as
Right,
well.
yep.
It was like, you know when you were a kid and you used to play it felt like you were playing in a field in the middle of nowhere?
Right.
That's what it was like at Dumbarton.
Oh, yeah?
It was just like, there was just like about a yard all the way around the field. They had the steel poles that were held up with concrete. So that if somebody shoved you just inside the field, when you went off, you hit a concrete pole,
Yeah, no, like
a concrete pillar with steel bars.
The old wrought iron bars that people used to hang on to.
I
They were
see.
put into the ground by big concrete pillars.
Oh my goodness, aye.
What's the size of the pitch at the
Oh,
bar?
the size of the
The
pitch.
dimensions.
It was tiny as well.
Frank?
Two stadiums. I'm not going to talk about France and some stadium in France because you don't even know the name of the cities. But in England, two cities and two stadiums. We played in the FA Cup in Blackpool, northeast of England, and that was very, very small. But the biggest experience was in the FA Cup game as well against Oxford, where you have the university, where we played with Chelsea and we drew 1-0, and well, we were very lucky because we scored a penalty at the last second of the game. But that was crazy because the stadium was uneven. It was like that. You know, it wasn't flat. It was going like that, and you had no crowd. No stands, nothing. It was it was very amateur, but it was fun at the end of the day.
Do you play that, Steve? You just made that.
the Manigrove,
Oh, the
yeah.
hill, aye.
They played there in the FA Cup, which was before.
Right, okay.
Did they have like the chicken coop on one side?
There's actually a good atmosphere down there.
The
Yeah.
atmosphere was good.
I mean, they've moved now.
Place.
We were the same. It was '94, the year we got to the final, and they almost beat us. It was a boy, Joey Beecham. He's no longer with us anymore. Young guy died, and he scored. Musty used to play there as well.
Yeah.
That was to help Musty. That
Yes.
help him he used to go off at half time when it was up the hill.
Stevie, is Liverpool making a mistake not accepting £150 million for Salah?
Well, you can't say if they don't accept 150 million, you can't say it's a mistake because with Salah in the team, it makes the team better.
How do you handle Villa on Sunday? He plays normal?
Absolutely, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Another game.
Might be distracted. Will he refuse to play?
No, not at all.
Right.
No, not at all.
No,
No,
he's
as far as I know, he's a fantastic professional, and I think part of the reason he hasn't said anything is that, you know, that's not his style. He'll let his agents or the club or anybody else speak up, but he's not the guy that goes and gets looking for a microphone, that's for sure.
Dan the man, stop pretending you don't personally choose all these questions. I don't. Start, bench or drop nickname. Dan the wee man. Daniel Tiger. Diddy Danny Dinkins.
Be Diddy, Danny, but
No, it can't be Diddy Dad. I've got to drop that. Dan the wee man, bench. Daniel Tiger. It's got a bit of spirit to it. I'll take that.
Well, that's got spirit. You've got none.
Yeah.
I think that's it, most definitely. That's it. Thank you very much.
fit the bill.
You all right, Frank?
Yeah, yes, I was reading that, and I love the Dan the wee man. I love it. Dan the
There
wee
you
man.
are.
I love it.
Yes, yeah, that's fine. That's it. We are done. ESPN FC back tomorrow with Shaka.
We guys hate to be called wee man, don't you?
No, I don't mind. That's all right. I am
Yeah, you say that anyway.
small, am I? What are you going to do about it?
All right, wee man, come on, let's get
Small
going.
person, big heart. Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN Plus.